What's guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have our first update finally on the Revell 2022 or 2022 Corvette Stingray from Revell. This build has not been taking my interest all that well for some reason. That's why we haven't done an update video on it since. I've been working on this for about a month now, and I don't know, something like this does not take my interest for some reason. I've been working on it very slowly, but we got enough here to do updates. So we did get the chassis done. Well, yeah, basically the main engine and stuff is done, and this is pretty nice. So I'm not doing super detailed on this car because you can't really see much of the engine bay and stuff. So we did all that. We did the valve covers in the same body color as the car, and also the engine cover. You cannot put the engine cover on right now because it tells you to put the chassis on first, then put the engine cover on once it's in the body. So that's why we're doing that. That's why the engine cover is not on, or the intake cover. So, but yeah, the engine looks good, and you do have some radiators in the front as well, and it does have opposing steering, and the underside it's just nothing but like that. It does recall for some aluminum here and there for the skid plates and the engine plate and stuff. So we did that. So the main engine block is all aluminum, and we did some burnt iron and stuff for the exhaust and stuff to give it that heat look. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. The fitment on this kit is really nice. Again, it is a modern kit. You may have some warping on the chassis. Lucky my chassis was not warped. But if it is, you can put in warm water or whatever, heat it up with a blow dryer or whatever, and you should be able to get it. Here is the interior. Interior turned out pretty good. I literally just got this done because, well, like I said, this kit's not taking my interest for some reason. I'm not sure it's just a car or whatever, but we did finally get the interior done. We did a two-tone interior, did black and white. It looks pretty cool. You do, and this kit is awesome. You do have an option for left and right hand drive dashboard. Of course, we did a left hand because I'm in the United States, and it's more common to have a left hand drive car anyway. But it's cool to give you an option on that. So that looks good. And part of the dashboard is white on there as well. So that was kind of fun. We had to do the white first and then mask off the white and then do the black and stuff. So, but yeah, that turned out pretty good. Only thing aftermarket I did here was some flocking. I was gonna do some seat belts, but I was like, I just kind of like get this kit done and be done with it. But yeah, the chassis or the interior turned out pretty cool, and yeah, I like it. And yeah, that's pretty neat. So, and of course there's a lot of decals that goes on this interior, like such as your your gauge cluster, your infotainment system, your buttons down on the center console. You do have buttons for the door panel and stuff. And I'll tell you right now, the decals are fantastic. It don't matter what version you get, the Revell monogram or the Germany one. The Revell monogram one actually has the same decals that the Revell Germany has. So we all know, just in case you don't know, but I'm sure most of us know, the Revell Germany of the Revell kits has the best decals than the Revell monogram because they're made from two different companies. But since this kit is basically made by Revell Germany, we do have, like I said, I'm sure most of you know, we do have the Revell Germany instructions inside the Revell monogram kit. So basically, we do have the Revell monogram version in the Revell USA packing, which is pretty cool. Here is the body. Body turned out fantastic. We still have to do some wet sanding. Of course, get some pivots on there, so we gotta do some wet sanding here and there. And we do have to paint all this in here flat black. Do this in here carpet because that is actually a trunk. And yeah, so do some carpet and stuff in here. Flat black up here. Might do some carbon fiber. I'm not sure. There's not really much carbon fiber on this car, unless you get like the ZL1 or whatever. This is just a Stingray. This Corvette is just a base model. The Stingray is just a base Corvette. And then you get 01 stuff and Stingray or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty cool. The body color turned out fantastic. I love it. And then we do have some flat back parts that goes on here and stuff. And yeah, so basically all we have to do is get the body polished up and then get the body parts onto the body, and then we should be able to get this thing wrapped up here shortly. I'm hoping by next weekend we can get this done, because I'm just about ready to be done with this car. This kit, I've just been working on it very slowly, just putting it off for some reason. And I'm sure most of you know me, I don't like to unfinished model. If I don't like it, I'm gonna try to finish it. Obviously, I don't like to unfinish a model and put it like in my stash and finish it later. That's not me. I always like to finish them. So that's why you haven't seen an update video on it since my painting video. And was that like 4 weeks ago almost, which is insane. But we're gonna get it done, and that looks pretty cool. And one more thing that I am gonna replace on this kit is the wheels. And check these out. These are pretty cool. And of course you have your lug nuts separate and your center subthreads and stuff. But I got these to fit the kit tires, because the kit tires, Revell Monogram actually, or Revell Journey I should say, actually did a pretty good job with the wheel size and tire size, because these are really accurate. Because sometimes back in the day, Revell did their tire size a little bit too fat and their wheel size a little bit too small. But I think they actually did a really good size and a good job doing the wheel size on this kit, which is good. So that means we can use the kit tires. If they're obviously not bad or bad, obviously we're thinking about the new tires and stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much about it. And like I said, it's an awesome kit. It's just, I'm not sure. The Corvette is not really taking my interest. I don't really care for the C8 Corvette all that well. So maybe that's why it's not taking my interest. But don't worry, we'll get it done, and we'll have a final review on it here shortly. There might be another update, I'm not sure. I might just want to get it done, and then we'll do a final review. But other than that, guys, it is an awesome kit. I do recommend it. If you are a diehard, a Chevy guy, I do recommend this kit. It's a fun kit. It goes together super well. It's just for me, I'm not really a good Chevy person, and the Corvette just doesn't take my interest all that well for some reason. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next time.
Jack it up.